Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to participate in the launch of the peer review of Uzbekistan competition law and policy by the OECD. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Uzbekistan for submitting itself to this exacting exercise. I think that this is a timely peer review. Uzbekistan has aimed at developing its market-based economy since the early 1990s, but it has adopted in 2017 the Uzbekistan National Development Strategy. This development strategy includes two elements which are of particular importance for us today. First, the establishment of an independent national competition authority, the State Anti-Monopoly Committee of the Republic of Uzbekistan, which was installed in 2019. Second, the development of a new law on competition to improve the existing legislation. And I understand that there is a bill which is now under discussion to that effect. Both changes mark important steps and signals in the right direction of improving the effectiveness and the functioning of the competition regime of Uzbekistan. Now, the OECD and its members have considerable experience, as you know, with competition policies and competition laws. Over the years, the Secretariat of the Competition Committee has conducted exacting peer reviews of the competition regime of many of the OECD member countries, as well as non-member countries, such as Uzbekistan. I want to take this opportunity to thank the extremely able OECD team, and in particular Sabine Sigelski and Lynn Robertson, who have directed this project on the OECD Secretariat side. Three elements should be kept in mind when considering the results of this peer review. First, establishing an effective competition regime is for any country a long-term project. What it involves is the progressive adaptation of the internationally recognized best practices to the evolving institutional, economic, and legal realities of the country. Now, this means there is no one size which fits all, and that the recommendations are tailored to the local reality of the country at the time of the review. Getting the competition regime right requires numerous adjustments over time as countries gain experience. This is a process that we have seen in all countries in the world. Second, peer review recommendations are in no way a criticism of past policies or of the established regime, but they are just a reflection on what additional measures could be useful to bring the regime to a higher level of performance, given both the international good practices and the local realities. Third, the effectiveness of a competition policy regime requires that institutional and resources precondition must be met. From this point of view, the statutory and operational independence of the competition authority, which include the fact that it is adequately financed and resourced, are preconditions for an effective regime. The effectiveness of the competition regime is itself a key to the development of a sustainable, growth-oriented market economy. Now, as you will see, the OECD report makes a number of recommendations. Some deal with the stated goals of the competition law. Others are with respect to the institutional development of the Anti-Monopoly Committee of Uzbekistan. Others deal with the substantive provisions of the law. Others deal with the procedures of the competition law enforcement. Still others deal with the investigatory powers of the competition authority. Others deal with the enlargement of the role of the Anti-Monopoly Committee in the promotion of competitive neutrality. And finally, some deal with the international cooperation between the anti-monopoly body and sister organizations in other countries. We hope that these recommendations and the underlying analysis which led to the adoption of this recommendation will constitute a useful set of references in the parliamentary discussion regarding the adoption of a new competition law. But I want to add that many of the recommendations of the report do not require new legal provisions, and it goes without saying that the OECD, and in particular its competition division, stand ready to support Uzbekistan in its effort to strengthen its competition law practice and enforcement. I wish you an excellent discussion of this report, and I want to thank you for listening to me.